Hello everyone! Welcome back. I know you guys are so happy to be here, right? Today I am going to be kind of taking you through how I make my collages. I don't know how much... Can you move? I don't know how much I'll get done. Buppy, why are you... What? Move. I don't know how much I'll get done in this I don't know how much I'll get done in this evening. I made like 3 small ones today. I'll put them up. Get out of my way, please. I made 3 small ones today, pretty chill, super easy, super quick, and then I made 2 medium-sized ones, and that, I mean, it obviously it took longer for the medium ones, plus you kind of had to I had to think about where I wanted to take it, but overall, I don't really know what I'm gonna do with this next one. I don't have any plans up here yet, so we'll just kind of see how it goes as it happens. So sorry for my cat's butt in the way. Basically, to get started, you just need images. I have a whole bunch of, People magazine. Get out of my way. I have a whole bunch of books. This is my stash of all of my supplies where I get all of my images. I thrifted all of these. I don't ever buy any new books for this because why would I want to rip up a whole new book? But this entire thing is just magazine. I have these 5x7 canvases from Michaels. I have a pack of 8x10 ones from Michaels, but I've also used larger ones as well. Most of the ones that I have up right now just kind of over here in the corner because I don't know where to put them. I also have this scrapbook type thing that Lauren got me for Christmas this past year, but I haven't collaged in it yet, but it does make it super easy to hold all of my already cut things for when I'm ready, random projects like letters, drawings, the color pink, if I need to look for something specific, letters, some stencils that I have, random stuff like bugs and stuff that I might want to put in a letter rather than a scrapbook. And I found a really cool life book. So I have a few options for my next piece that I'm gonna start. I have the iconic kiss, old time frat guys in a car, 2 couples playing chicken, a dad and his son. I want to say that I have a process, but I also want to say that I don't have a process, but really I'll just flip through the books and I'll just kind of think, okay, what vibe do I like? I'll kind of look for, good colors that go together, or if I'm flipping through stuff thinking, ooh, that person is, wearing a fun outfit, or it's just a cool picture. I'll usually rip it out and I'll save it in that little blue book. I think I'm going to go with the couples playing chicken or whatever because it's kind of, I don't know, it's summer, it's fun, it reminds me of the pool. A lot of the time it's easier to create with the 5x7, and I could put this on a 5x7, but then that kind of takes up the whole thing, and while that might make it easier trying to fill in the back, I kind of want to include more than just 2 background photos. I went through my first little stack of pre-cut out stuff, and I'm going for blues, water. Here we're using, an ad. Just trying to look at everything through a creative lens. Now I'm gonna kind of breeze through anything else that's already cut out, so then I can just use it now. See, in a photo like this could be cool because what I did with one of my older collages was cut out just the water part. I just have them there so then it looks like they're in the place, but we'll see. Oh my god, the girls are fighting. Oh my god, my cats are fighting. I would show you, but I don't want to have to reset this all up. Just flipping through, yada yada yada. Something like this could work because I could cut in here and then slide them up, but I want a better image. As you can see, lots of stuff is already missing from this book because I have been crafting quite often. I always think waterfalls are a really nice addition to any piece, most of the time. So if I find one. Usually I'll try and snag it. I feel like I've collected a decent enough amount of images to kind of get started with like the base composition. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and get started with that. Once I cut most of the things out, I find one of my books. Give me a moment, I'm not prepared. I find one of my books with one of the like fabric covers, and I just used that, as you can see, as like my cutting board. Anyway, after I like cut all my stuff out, I'll kind of go in with my X-Acto knife. The next part is figuring out where in here I want to put the slit to put the people through. Kind of going along this like natural line right here might be a good choice. The slit, and now I'm just going to shove my people through it. So we'll cut along the natural like coastline. But now, instead of having this weird solid background that I need to worry about, I'm just gonna slip this behind them, and then this acts kind of like as its own border. And it's always trial and error, you know. Put my main people back in. Come on. There we go. And it's a lot of just kind of like moving stuff. Oh my god, that's perfect. Like that, like it's fun how like stuff just kind of like works out in your favor. Like the way this jets out, like that covers the ugly hand. It's kind of like getting an idea of who needs to go where. I use just glue sticks to glue everything together. And then when it comes time to actually like putting it on the canvas, that's when I use Mod Podge. But I'm kind of hating it because maybe I'm just doing it wrong, but every time that I use the Mod Podge, it makes like the whole collage really like warped, and that just makes me sad because then it makes it look ugly, and obviously I spent time doing it and making it look pretty, so it just sucks that like, I don't know, it just makes it look gross. But that's why I might start putting them in frames instead of using Mod Podge, because if I just put them in frames, they're already together, so I don't need to have that extra thing, like, I don't know. So one of my favorite little tricks when I have a situation kind of like this, where one photo goes all the way to the edge but the other one doesn't, I'll just find a fun little piece of coral and I'll put it there to like cover the gap. Like put it right here, right behind her back and butt. Now you don't see the transition from one background to another. So I was an idiot and I started talking while I was on time-lapse and not actually recording. But anyway, basically you just have to play around with like overlapping. Like, oh, should this go on top of this or under this? Or like, should this little like droplet go behind the guy's back or in front of it? Or his arm? And like, with the cans, at first I was gonna just put them right at the bottom because, oh, it's a straight line, it's perfect. But then, sorry. But then I was like, no, let's like put it inside. That way it kind of matches how like that was inside and that was inside. And then I was like, okay, well that's kind of fun, like, but it's right in the middle. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'll just move it over and boom. Now instead of needing to find a piece that's this big to cover that white spot, I only need a piece that's this big to cover that white spot. See, sometimes it really does just take one extra, I guess, moment to like cut something out, because I think when it was just the two of them, it looked kind of stupid. And I guess it kind of still looks stupid, but adding the third one, I think, kind of helped bring it together. I think because I have one thing of coral here, I'm going to try and find another one that is very similar to add to like the other side, just to kind of like balance it out. So as you can see, I found another piece of coral, which I think ties the whole thing in. So now the only thing left to do is just glue it all together. I have just finished gluing everything together, and because this is now like everything is attached, this is kind of what I meant by like why I think it would be better to use a frame, because all I would have to do is just put this one thing in the frame and then it's good, it's sealed. But when I Mod Podge it, it gets kind of like warped. Now it's just up to me to figure out where exactly I want to place this, because I have a little bit of wiggle room. I'm gonna flip this over. I put it down, I have like a little bit of wiggle room, you know, like on the sides and on the top and the bottom. So I need to figure where exactly I want to put it. And I'm kind of bummed that I think I'll be missing this like darker blue, which kind of sucks, but I don't want this lady to be cropped off, so I need to make sure that she is closely on there. And what I used to do is just like Mod Podge it down and then cut it, but what I did earlier worked really well for me. So I think I'm gonna do that again. Basically, you just grab it, you flip it over, and I'm holding it tight, and then I'm just going to trace the outline. That way I know where to cut. It's much easier than trying to like neatly do this with an X-Acto knife. Perfect. And now it's like quote unquote centered how I want. So I can gently kind of peel this off. And now I have lines to cut it out. That's really it. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, let me know down below. Hopefully this inspired you, and can't wait to see you in the next video.